Hey everybody, welcome back. Just got off work and we're heading to the shop to meet up with Bobo and see what kind of trouble we can get into with this 63 needle nose. So stay tuned and we'll see you there in a minute. Alright, so we made it to the shop. A little messy. We got the forklift, we got the service truck, got the white, and this gem here. We didn't show a whole lot in the first video because it was kind of a get in get out kind of deal, but 63 needle nose Peterbilt. This one is basically all complete. It does have a Detroit diesel in it, old 2-shackle. It's a 8V71 318 I believe. I don't know a whole lot about this because I'm part of the younger generation, so we'll have Bobo talk about that a little bit. And it's in okay shape. I mean, it's a little rough around the edges, but looking at this cab compared to the 54, I don't have a light, but it has been repaired, just like the 54, how on the passenger side floorboard is broken. This one has been repaired. May need repaired again. I don't want to go over too much because this isn't really, it's more of a will it start video, but she's all there, a little rough, but figure something out with it. A lot of you guys have been asking about the 54, and yes, we would like to be working on that too, but a few issues with the title and getting the rest of the parts like we said in one of our later videos. So once things get figured out with that, then hopefully we'll have an update video. But for now, we'll have Bobo go over the engine and drivetrain with you.
All right, well, like Michael said, this is a 8V71. We think it's a 318 horse. Not quite sure. I guess there were multiple horsepowers even in the 8Vs with the blower. But we're gonna try to get this thing running, but it's kind of neat the way it's set up. This side of the exhaust manifold is on backwards. The exhaust pipe comes out the front, the other one comes out the back side, and they connect up. And we've got the air compressor back here. These 8Vs had pulleys on the back of the engine that ran all your accessories, so the air compressor is belt drive. As you can see, all these hoses, just like in the 54, all are rotted and gonna need all replaced, which eventually that's what we're gonna do. But I think I found the correct one for the oil pressure, so we got our oil pressure gauge on here. This one supposedly ran not too long ago, so we didn't do the whole prime and up deal. This does have a spin-on oil filter. Plus it's got the lubrifiner filter over here. They were kind of almost on their way out when I got started into the trucking, so I don't know if we're gonna leave that on there or not, but for right now, it's just a neat old thing to be looking at.
Did you see if oil was in there or not?
I could not get the screw loose. It's pretty well rusted up, so.
Okay, we'll just leave that then.
Just leave that like it is. This also, like we talked about on the old white end, it has the butterflies. This particular apparatus is in the bottom rad tank, would be thermostatically controlled by your temperature. Whether it works or not, I don't know, but that's same deal. As it heats up, they would open up the shutter to get more airflow across the rad. And we got up here, you've always heard the Detroit stories about how you fire one of these up and the rack was stuck or injector was stuck and it run wide open. So we took the intake pipe off there. This one is set up, I don't know if you can kind of see that butterfly in there. There's a cable inside the cab. If it does run off, you pull that cable and that flapper will come down and shut the air off just in case. Hopefully if it does start, that's not going to be the issue, but we got her working just in case it does. And this truck also has a 5 and 4 transmission in it. I think we're going to, if we get this running and see how it runs, we're gonna end up pulling the rad out of it. We wanna get the engine and transmissions out of it, and we have a body shop that's gonna probably do a lot of the body work on this and the suspension work. So that's gonna be the major project, getting the engine and trannies out after we get it running and see how it sounds, and then we'll clean up the engine and paint it, or reseal a lot of the stuff that's looks like it has been leaking for a while. So other than that, I guess we're kind of about ready to see if it even cranks over. I put a couple batteries in it. Got a fuel line hooked up to it. As usual, the fuel tanks are pretty crappy looking, so we will crank it over, see if we can get oil pressure, if I got the right line, if it tries to do anything at all, and go from there.
Okay, so what we got going on here, this line that we had hooked up to that port there, that is, you said that one was a return?
Yeah, I thought it was a suction.
This one was a return, so we took this one off down at the filter and put some fuel in it, cranked it a little bit, and then it bubbled out. So that is a return as well. Pulled this one off. We're gonna put some fuel in it, crank it, see if anything comes out or if it sucks it in. And that should be all we need. Just get some fuel to this thing and hopefully it should fire, and might have a bunch of fuel just spraying everywhere because that's how it is. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. Okay, so we did testing, took this line from here, put some fuel in it. It was our suction line. So put a little extendo on there, put her on some batteries, raise her up a little bit because we don't have a long enough hose made up. So we're just doing this really quick, and we're gonna try to fire her once again. Hopefully this time it's a success. We ready? What?
I don't remember a lot about these governors. Whether that should be moving further or not, but we'll see what happens.
Well, either way, we get to shut it off by cutting the air, right?
Yeah. But I don't know if it's stuck in the shut-off position. That's what I ain't sure about. So.
Ready, Freddie?
Yeah. Yeah. And that was just residue of ether.
Alright, so what we've been running into here is our shut-off switch up top. runs down. There's a pin that runs down through, comes down to here. Move your wrench. This pin here goes to this rod.
This is a rod.
Where-
Pin goes through the rod.
Whatever. Anyways, this is called a rack. Is that what you said? Okay, and that controls the fuel
Fuel
to the
injectors.
Okay.
Those little horseshoe-looking things. You probably can't see them down in there. There's a little arm that goes down, and this thing works back and forth. And the other side, one or multiple injectors were the racks. The helix or the rod was stuck. I got it freed up, but this side does not seem to want to free up. So I'm going to work it a little bit more without getting too rammy.
Does it seem like it's doing anything?
No.
Awesome. So that's where we're at with this at the moment. We'll be right back. Okay, whilst Bobo is up front working on that rack, trying to get it freed up, I figured I'd come back here and show you guys the rear. Tandem axle, rubber block suspension, no fifth wheel. It was a dump truck. Frame seems to be a-okay for the most part. That cross member looks like it's beat up a little bit. Maybe lost a drive shaft or two in its life, but no biggie. Everything seems to be a-okay. These here must have been a repair of these block hangers. Not a big deal, because this is going to be getting air ride suspension, different axles put under it to get rid of the bud hubs. So I don't know how well you can hear me because of the fan we got running over there, try and get the ether smell out of here. But other than that, it's all here, pretty nice. I don't know what all is going to be done with this. Still ideas flowing through, so that's the overview, I guess, of the rear. Looks good, don't it?
Well, as we can see now, the rack is free. That was not the problem. The other side we got freed up. The injectors were sticking on the other side. They all freed up. As this is here, that's the way this is supposed to go. Nice and smooth. These two, but this one and the next one back are froze up internally on the helix gear. So, I don't know if they'll spray them down with any lubricant, if it'll get its way back up in there and seal up, or free up the gear, or probably going to have to pull the injectors out, those two, and try to get them freed up or sent out and have them freed up professionally. I don't know. I've never worked on these enough to know right offhand without checking one of my older books out. So we're gonna piddle around here a little bit more and see if we can get those two freed up. If not, I guess it's partial teardown time.
So we did a little more piddle farting around here. No luck. We pulled the injector lines off. Sprayed some looby-dooby in there. Not sure if it's gonna do anything, but it's worth a shot, I suppose. So we're gonna call it a night. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more upcoming videos on this here needle nose Peterbilt and that they're white. See you guys in the next one.